Well, a number of high-profile legal cases in our area, from the man accused of videotaping the ESPN reporter to the death penalty sentencing for Janine Carrico's killer, Brian Dugan. To talk about the issues in those cases, we're joined by a good friend, legal expert, attorney Thomas Glasgow. Good to have you with us, as always.
Good morning. It's good to see you, Jose.
Well, let's talk about that case. It's getting all the national attention. The man, Michael Barrett, accused of secretly videotaping Erin Andrews in the hotel through people. Why is this a federal case?
Well, stalking can be a state case, and it can also be a federal case. In this case, he utilized the interstate commerce in order to facilitate the stalking. Allegedly, he went to South Carolina. He communicated with people in Los Angeles. And part of the reason it's filed in the federal court in Los Angeles is because that's where she first viewed the videotapes and became emotionally disturbed by seeing the videotapes.
Okay. Now, see, he's currently under house arrest. Is that surprising to you?
Well, the judge released him on bond. He released him on house arrest. He also ended up giving him an electronic monitoring alarm to go to and from work and to and from the doctor. He's since been laid off from his work, so the only place he can leave for his home is to go to the doctor.
Pretty restricted, can't even do internet or anything.
He can't go anywhere. He can't be on internet. Electronics were taken away from him for approximately 2 months. It's going to be arraigned out in Los Angeles. But the affidavit goes through a very sordid and long history of what he did in order to stalk this woman. It really is creepy reading the affidavit from the FBI agent if all these allegations are true.
Wow, some stuff in there, huh?
Yes.
I was wondering, when I first heard this, what kind of liability or culpability does a hotel have in this case?
It's a very good question. Hotels have a reasonable duty to keep the premises safe for their guests. And you have to think about the fact that the hotel, if the allegations are true, allowed this man to find out where she was staying, get a room next to her, tamper with the eyepiece to shorten it out so he could make the video in a quicker manner, and the fact that he was able to stand outside her room for what seems like a very long period of time in order to take these videos.
Kind of scary.
More will surface as this case goes as to whether or not there is a true liability on behalf of the hotel and the hotel chains that she stayed at, but I would think that there would be some kind of action here in the future.
Real quickly, before we run out of time, what's on the Dugan case? What's really happening now? What can you tell us?
That's a very good question. Right now what's happening is there's this death penalty eligibility phase to determine whether or not he meets the statutory requirements for the death penalty, and you must meet those in order to further go on to the next stage to determine whether the death penalty will be implemented. He killed someone who is under the age of 12. He committed other murders. He committed the act during the course of another forcible felony. Those are things that are death penalty triggers in order to put him into the realm for getting the death penalty.
If he is given the death penalty, how likely is it, you think, that he will actually be put to death?
There's a moratorium currently on the death penalty. Between appeals and everything else, it could go for several years, and whether or not it actually be implemented really depends on the governor and whether or not the moratorium is lifted at some point in the future. But right now, although the death penalty is being handed out in certain cases, like the Lovejoy case out in DuPage, it currently is not being implemented by the correctional facilities because of the governor's moratorium.
Well, so much to keep an eye on. Thomas, thank you, as always, for being here with us. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
It's always a pleasure to see you, too. Thank you very much.
For more information, go to our website, abc7chicago.com. We will link you to a guy called law.net. That's his website. Just go to us, ABC7, and we'll get it to you. Back with weather and traffic after this.